Good morning. Training time. Got laid on. There's a video where I showed who stinks. This is, you see the back. So I got Sensei George, Milton Quiles, Master Milton Quiles, somebody else's shirt. Oh, Mimi. Anyway, young guys, this is for us, not yours, but you got a chance to benefit by watching. And yeah, these pants are baseball pants that were created years ago. Here we go. Just bring it down, up, down, left, right, checking all the angles by redirecting. California, I'll call you back. Call you from Cali. It was a class, but I like his punch better. If you notice, I usually go to the body, he goes to the head. Since the body is bigger, I have more of a target. Because even though I got a big mouth, big feet, I got a small head. So, that's something that, hey, Kadimono! Four coming. Now you see, I'm faking, like pumping it, but to get a hand hyped up, so you're jumping up. So on the way down, or on the way up, I hit him. Because that's the opportune time. But there's only a short window before it comes out. The front hand gave me the opportunity to create enough space. Since my arm was like this, I mean, he can't penetrate this yet, which is just about my whole business with my leg. And he was going towards the blind spot, which is perfect. So I hung him just a little bit. I don't know if you saw the kick. He probably was looking at my hand. Yeah. It was like this. That's true. Like a zigzag over my hands. That's fine. Just blood was blue. That's four. Yeah. 3 and 4. Round 5 coming out. So what I had to do was wait until his leg was just about down to throw a counter side. Different from the hover where I created space by keeping my hand out, brought the hand, kept it out actually, while kicking towards the other ankle. So as far as you go, when I go like this, you move over there. You still can stay up here. I do my kick that way. I kept that hand here, so you still have to be out there in distance. But I threw the kick where you went. I'll still keep my hand up.
to score him is the defensive side kick. And that's what I was able to do twice so far. Not easy, but not impossible. And rising. You got the point back in here with the wheel for balance? Yeah. He's good. Oh, nice. I knew there was a possibility, so I got the hook punch ready. It was just too late. Again, guys, see how fast he explodes? Every time in the range, it's like I got a counter. In this case, I moved him. If I would have been 6 inches back, I wouldn't be able to get him. Because I was here and I went towards him, I was able to jam him, as opposed to try to outrun him. Did I get you?
Yeah, I got something on the arm, in the head. Arm to the head.
Now look, he must be. When you open her, Mark, no point to do it. Really? Yeah, that's nice. Not that you want you to hook for the form out, but I love that. See, you want you to do it. Beautiful. All that was I faked, he went for it, and I counted. Otherwise, we'll be only wearing one guy. I don't think I'm guessing. Round number 6.
Six. Hold on, let's go. Which one? What are you thinking right now?
Again, I'm staying just out of his range to make sure that I can counter him. Because that right there was a real fast reflex. But if he moves fast and I'm at a distance, as long as I move close to fast, I'll still be able to counter. I call those rebounds. Where the person's like, they do the technique for the score, so it's up to you to follow up. Sometimes you have to follow up on your own technique. But what's throwing him off is exactly that. I'm giving him a few fakes and studies. He doesn't really know which setup to do. His body wants to go, because it's already gone 4 times. And from the 4 times, it scored on me 2 of those 4, because if I let him go, he'll be gone. Hence, he's faster. So I gotta be a little more tricky. to score or point to score, small, it's tricky to score, kick or punch, it's tricky.
Is that like non-telegraphic
Tricky.
movement?
Yes.
Non-telegraphic movement. Oh, okay, two passes on the ball.
So that's a rebound. I throw the Bronco kick. Block. I turn around and then blitz.
Rebound.
That's 4.
Michael Jordan dunking. Yeah.
One is. I'm going to do both reverse punches. Round number 7.
6, 7.
I threw 4 punches. He threw 1. So I don't have to be that more accurate because his one did hit after this one of my 3 hit. So sometimes if you have a revolver and you just throw and you just shoot with 1 bullet, the fact that I have a semi-automatic means that I don't have to be as effective, but persistent makes up the difference. They say persistence overcomes the resistance. I'm just out hustling him. Disadvantage, I also have many, many layers of clothes.
Still 7, right?
Wrong side with the 1 point.
Yes, sir.
There, I kept the distance, I blocked the hand, and I counted the way he was. If you notice, what I'm doing is, I'm making the initial movement, hit the air. So, that's why I'm counting. I can only do that knowing that you're going to come. You have to come because when you did, it was so fast. You don't know what you're going to run. So what I'm doing is, I'm staying at a distance where, and moving still, and doing something. If I go like this, it's too late. I have to do this. I have to throw techniques while moving back. And sometimes it's just enough to make them hesitate for a second because you didn't get a chance to go 100% in your engagement because you noticed that my body wasn't there. But then, when you notice, that's when I'm coming. Not heavy, if you notice, none of it is heavy.
Right.
It's just timing your distance.
Yeah.
And then I'm switching sides. Like every once in a while you get used to one side, then I'll go to the other side. And instead of going fast, I'll go slow.
Yeah.
All the hip low. They don't count for 1 point, but it makes it difficult to detect which one it is. And I haven't been successful with every strategy, but I've gone to my right in the back pedal. I've gone to my left in the back pedal. I've done a little sticky move, in a little left right. So in other words, I'm actually using more of the curriculum that we learn at sniperfight.com, level 101.
Plus one.
That's 3 points, wrong side. Class or outside. When I do that, it's not to my advantage sometimes. I think that's all hyped up and moves a little faster. When I go slow, I get them more often. When I go like this, I antagonize them, not to my advantage. Unless it increases his heart rate, but not much. That's 4. So now 7. What I do is this. Watch. I went here. Then one of those. And you listen somewhere. The second punch is up short. Again, guys. I went back. And I came up while coming forward. Then one of this, and this punch was right behind me.
Plus one.
So it becomes. So basically, again, 4 punches to try to get yours. Regardless of how much speed or accuracy or distance, etc., the person has, they have to do a lot of elements. Like when you was coming in, you want to be aggressive, not defensive. So then when I go like this, you have to defend yourself. But then when I bring it back, you're still trying to hold the space. And when you see this, you never see the other hand coming. Because it becomes aware. That's 4.
That's 4, round 7.
Again, up until this point in the entire workout, I have not thrown a side kick, offensive, that high. I threw a spear kick once that might have scored. I followed up because I wasn't really sure. I threw a counter side kick when my hand was in front, but I kicked towards where he went, but I kept him at bay. I did a counter side kick while he was coming in, and then this time, he didn't feel any intimidation with the kick. He didn't see it because you know you could counter it easily with your footwork. But then when I threw it straight and I threw it higher, you couldn't determine that because you haven't had a reference point today of that. So again, when throwing, he tried to grab it too, yeah, which means he tried to pull it towards you. You should have swatted it like this. Then maybe I could have been off balance.
Round 8 on the plate.
Outside. came out and fast where he would have been outside. Because sometimes a little too often, he ends up hitting the wall. And that wall is a lot harder than me. So I don't want him to get hurt.
Yeah, that was hard.
But that's only the first time in the whole workout today.
I hit my heel twice on it, John.
Yeah, because sometimes the heel hits the wall, sometimes the shoulder, hip. The potential injury is a lot worse than anything that I can do. But he's doing it to try to get out of the range and counter, which is understandable. However, I'd rather have him over here. If you notice, I've been redirecting him around to this side, so he stays away from the wall. And then when he did go out, it was over here where there was no wall. That's because of the way I'm changing the footwork to make sure that there's no injury. And yes, you can dictate that, believe it or not. Still got the back to go. Watch. There, I didn't go fast. I did this fast. Then I did that slow. If I would have went fast, I would have went right past them, which I do quite often. This time, the initial step was quicker than the reverse. So in other words, it was more like a guide missile. How often I do flicks, I hit the wall. And then it's fast. That I haven't done in a long time. He threw the kick, and he stayed up for too long. So as he's trying to get it back, I hooked on one side, then I hooked on the other side. That's because I haven't challenged his kick yet. Not one time. Until yeah, I took advantage of her kick that didn't have 100% commitment. It had more like a distance measure. And up until this point, he has not had to worry about me coming in or around in this case when he picked up the leg. Now I call this bluff. And he didn't even mean it. He just part of the measure. 3.
Yep. Round 8.
Again, you see, I guided him this way. Now, I'm going to show you again what I did. Really weak. I want to lift up. Here, and then here. So the back foot is going, and the other hand is going at the same time, just about.
Gotcha.
So there's 2 punches.
Is it 2? I think that's how it goes.
So the sweat from his headgear. Now my headgear is extremely sweaty too, but I don't have a towel. So today I'm just being a little more sneaky, showing some more seasoning. You can't tell if I have an injury, but I have a major one. But But now when I'm wearing the patches, my body just performs. And yeah, I got on 5 patches. I made a mistake and showing him what I was going to do. So the second time he just went, ooh, defensive with complete power. Wonderful. That's 5. Now you notice, previously there was 3 of them that I threw, but he blocked them. How do I know? He didn't give me the point. Now you as a judge might have gave the point, but he knows, at least most of the time, when he gets called on. So this is called the honor rule, which we will be using over at UMAN OG, Fountain of Youth, National Championship, I should say National Tour, Region 11 on February 26th. And there's a good possibility that Grand Master William Mallory will be competing. If you saw what we did with him yesterday, a man he was using a walker and a cane at times that needed quite a bit of assistance. Yesterday was doing the mambo, and his wife, we hooked her up too. I'll put those videos up. And they worked out yesterday. At least let's find out, but they had the energy to do it. Okay, here we go.
Not right.
4 to 1. Okay. You saw it. This point, look. See that point? He picked up the leg and he did the backwards. The leg was grabbed. What you say? He said he got hit, but I know I got hit. Point. What is this? That was not a good rule on my part. I apologize, sir, because I went circular and I hit his mask, which means he'll get to potential whiplash. I usually try to go where it's straight. Even when he turns his head, I try to sit here, but I hit him across. That hurt your neck? Just a little.
Not much.
But the idea is safety first, guys.
Might feel like that.
Well, I hope you don't. We do have a freedom patch, which I've never used. So again, guys, whether it's offensive, defense, you have to have a variety of techniques. You do not want to be redundant, because after a while, people can figure it out. So I'm trying to camouflage even similar techniques. Now, to you, it all looks the same. But trust me, if we had 5 angles of cameras instead of just 2, you would see things differently. And if there was a bird's eye view one. And even us as competitors, sometimes I make a mistake. I think I did something, but I didn't see a pretty cat. I just thought I saw a pretty cat. Round 10. And we're going to stop at round 10 only because we're keeping it light. Imagine that. Let me tell you something. That one is confusing to me Because I thought, again, he knows what he felt. But I thought I heard the chest protector, a rib protector. I want to see how low was it? How low was it, sir? Yeah. Right on my hip. Okay. That's probably, okay. Oh, man, sorry about that. Warning. Long term. One more, he gets the point for me hitting low. This week we're going to be going over what's a point, what's not a point, and we're going to start certifying instructors. This week. The main day will be Thursday at 8 o'clock. Whoever wants to be an official referee, and I'll be contacting you so you can, it'll be recorded too, but we're going to go over all the techniques to probably run the sparring. Even though he didn't lock it hard, he still got the point because I came circular and hit him to the body. So, 2-1 and 1-0. I haven't done it in a while, but I stepped on his foot. And after 2 punches, correct, sir? Yeah. So a different technique, I stepped on his foot to stabilize his distance. Most of you won't see the step because it's not that I'm stepping on him. Like that's the point. So I'm stepping on him to neuralize him. Neutralize, I should say. Not neuralize. Neutralize his position. 2-1. His arm was there. If you see, his arm was there, but I hit him just in the kidney with a pass over there. And I did it similar to before, except at this time, I hovered slightly. Cover more distance. His own strap. Watch they shin guard. Yeah, so we're playing the cat and mouse game, if you can see. He thinks I'm coming, I don't, and vice versa. That was true. Did I hit the arm? Yeah. But I try to sweep him and miss to the punch. That missed.
Yeah. What a break.
That's 4 points, 10th round, 1 point left. Now, if you notice, I've now changed, like, to add a sweep. Probably should have done it sooner. I attempted to. It didn't work, but at least it makes them now aware of that possibility. So, yeah. Again, I just do 3 punches to your 1. Let's do a little bit more. I know you want a little more, but not much.
That's fine.
I almost slept it, meaning not swept, slept. I didn't do much. I played possum. Then I came out, and even when I came out, I didn't do it aggressively. It was passively, but with an ABC, meaning I attacked by combination, not just one technique. So it was my 3 versus his 1. It just means that I out-hustled him, but I did it at a laid-back pace, which means it's pretty confusing. But also awesome. And considering 10 rounds, most of you guys will be dead after 1 round, let alone 10 rounds of 5 points-ish. You better patch it up or you're going to be in trouble. Again, I hypnotized them because we didn't do nothing. We looked at each other, you know, I never do that. Where I was hopping, and then I was nowhere. Now, by the way, he almost blocked it, where I feel it in my forearm. His elbow came down. Ouch. Good move. Yeah, 1 point. Outside.
Get the legs up. Probably easier than before.
But if you notice, I did a little tap afterwards, just to acknowledge that the point's not the sweep. The point is the follow-up. Even though they used to be the case, now under what would be modern sport karate rules, they give a point just for the sweep, which is not really the deal. That was a back leg, by the way, which they've also eliminated that years ago, but not with us. We still allow that. You okay, sir?
Yeah, fine.
Okay. 3 points, round 11. Because it looked like it might have been like it wasn't clean.
Yeah,
I think
it's just here for some day.
that's why I follow up. Not aggressive, but persistence. Not aggressive, meaning the intensity of the technique was not high, but persistent, because I still went to attack by combination, which is probably 80% of the time. You out-hustle them, confuse them. Makes it seem like you're better, but you're really not. You're just outworking. I was going to sweep them in the middle of the spinning hook, but they kind of slowed it down and went towards the ground. So I ended up doing a hook punch before he touched the ground. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Let's do one more round, 'cause that's round 11.
That's one.
Are you good?
That's good. That's how it is.
Is it right one?
Yeah.
I didn't go for the sweep, I just went for the punch.
Yep.
And you have the whole head. Again, that time I started going towards the back. I went towards the front. And it's hard to determine it because I'm not set. I just squeeze and throw the kick.
That's fine.
That's one, two.
I think it's two. Yeah.
Yeah, but the other little bit.
Two or three. No, no, no.
No, 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 no. So let me explain what I did there. He moved his head around. So when he came over here, when he put his hand towards his head, I threw the left hand reverse. Because it seemed like to me, like the sweat was going to go into his eye. But he didn't stop. So I have to look at that. And I see that maybe he's going to be distracted. So the minute you went like this, way over there, you probably should have stopped. Should have stopped because the sweat got in your eye.
A little bit.
But you went like this. Then you went like this. And as soon as you did that, I'm like, I gotta go, even though I wasn't ready.
Go like that, Joe.
Opportunity knocked, and I had to go. I actually stopped them. I went to take them down, and I stopped, and I went punch. Instead of doing the takedown. But he was already gone. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So I stopped the sweep from happening
Oh, okay.
by punching you on the other side. So this is what I did, watch. I went here. Where that would have been takedown, count down. Yeah, that's 4. So we did the cat and mouse game. I threw the back fist, trapped it, count 100% correct. Different from most of the time, because this time he perfectly nullified my technique, and I didn't even get a check. Even if I wanted to throw the left hand, look, it would have been trapped. That's perfect. No, I didn't lock the knee. I did not lock the knee. So yes, he went, and I went, but I never locked my knee. Yes, I touched his body, so the timing was good, but I didn't get the chance to knock my knee, so it wasn't the point. Now yes, 9 out of 10 tournaments, they would have gave the mistake. A chamber is a potential kick. It's not a kick until it gets executed. Meaning at some point, there has to be a lock of a limb. Hence, the trigger is not the shot. It's the bullet that came from the trigger, which is the hammer, that makes the bullet fly. If it gets jammed and the bullet never comes out, the person's not shot. So that's the analogy. But it was fast. And you still might even get hurt with it, believe it or not. It doesn't mean it's an actual point, only because there has to be an arsenal. That's part of a curriculum to be recognized as a point. guys. Those are the elbows, right? That's okay, it's okay. Mistakes happen. And it's okay. It's okay. It's the habit. See, that's why. Like, so when you're sparring, you have to be cognitive of the potential. Now, of course, mistakes always happen. This wasn't intentional, but it is a bad habit. If you turn around and you try to do something, the person's close, you can get elbowed. Now, mind you, this is perfect in the street situation, so I don't get upset at him. I should have kept my head in between his shoulders. So when I got upset, it wasn't at him, it was because of me. If I keep my head between his shoulders, rather than blades, I'm able to be safe. But I scored and I stayed to my left, so that's the only reason. And again, in the street situation, it's perfect. My awareness should still be no, I'll take care of it in a second. Yeah, fine. Now, the good thing about this is that now, every time, which doesn't happen too often, when things like this happen, it's like, yeah, it reminds me I'm a fighter. You know? But regardless, guys, it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful workout. If you rewind, I think I scored, and then he turned around with intention of protecting himself. But instead of me keeping my head in between your shoulders like this,
because that was spinning, right?
yeah, but I should have still been able to stay here. I think what I did was I scored and I went to get, I made a mistake. It's not your fault. In a street situation, this is exactly what you want to do. If the person behind you want to help them, right? Without detecting it. So this is it. Guys, remember, we're practicing for what will be getting home safe. So there's a potential injury anytime. I think today was a phenomenal thing. And this right here just reminds me, hey, I'm a fighter. You know, my crooked teeth, my crooked nose is a reminder that the water wets you, regardless of who you are. So it's not, sir, that was an accident. Don't be upset with that because that could have happened to anybody. But I was not upset with you. When I said, damn, it's like, damn, I can't believe that I didn't put my head towards his middle of his spine
and
to protect myself.
With this, not...
Absolutely, your intention is to score with a punch, but it's a little too late. Now, mind you, we could talk about the habit of fading away a lot because your face was in the wall. So if I was coming strong, your face could have been smashed against the wall. So once you go to the wall, I pull back, and that's when I get hit. Because if I go through, imagine if I did that?
Like a car crash.
Yeah, you would, but again, this is things that happen. Your opponent, I kicked him low a few times today. It wasn't my intentions. I hit him a few times, possibly maybe once, where there was a whiplash potential. It wasn't my intentions. I swept him, and his back hit the frame of the elevator. Then I punched him very lightly, but just to acknowledge him that I was aware of what was happening, and I did it with good intention. I did it intentional. So all these things happen, and they all add up to increasing your possibility to get home safe. Now, yes, this is point karate, but if you look at it, it's applicable in what will be offense and defense, or striking and avoiding, maneuvering, etc. in a street situation, and it translates. Today I fought completely different. I was more like in and out, which is what you normally do. So I did some fadeaways and I threw
a lot of new stuff.
Yeah, kicks, and I think now I made him aware of the potential sweeps. Where I did it I hit him after the sweep, I hit him during the sweep, I hit him before the sweep.
During the spinning back.
Yeah, just to work on more of an arsenal, so like that. I'm not able to determine what I'm going to do. If I don't know what I'm going to do, there's a good possibility you won't with the other opponent. Okay, we out here. AB, see ya. Master Ty and Grandmaster Jerry, Fast Feet Fontanez. Sniper fighter certified instructor level 1 with Master Ty, and in recent years he's been my top student and sparring partner, student for sniper fight. Now from his martial arts style that goes to Supreme Grandmaster JB the Public. Peace.